All right, this is pretty major stuff here. The Cleveland Browns reportedly could be seeking a offseason trade for wide receiver A.J. Brown, a bona fide wide receiver number one, not a fake wide receiver one like you have in Jeudy, who's really a number three, two at best. Not a number one. The Cleveland Browns are being rumored to be in the trade market for A.J. Brown. This has been put out by ESPN. We got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. Now, before I get into the contents here in the video that I'm going to play for you guys, I just want to give you what I think about this, man. I think this will be a home run for the Cleveland Browns to get a bona fide wide receiver number one. Now, I don't care if you go via first round draft pick with a wide receiver, whether that's a Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson at the top of the draft, or later on in the draft, you get the Denzel Boston, Mekhi Lemon, somebody like that toward the bottom of the draft. I think you got to add to this wide receiver room, but you also need to add to this offensive line. You got to go get you a tackle in that first round. With your top 5 pick, you might need to go get a tackle with the top 5 pick and not a receiver. That's how much line help you need with nobody under contract. But if you give up Jeudy and a first round pick for A.J. Brown, and then you go get you a lineman with the other first round pick, I'm not going to knock you for it. I get Shedeur Sanders a bona fide number one in here, whichever way possible, as long as it does not mean you're giving away, 2 first round picks and all of this stuff. No, because you need at least one of those first round picks to get you a lineman. I personally would prefer you to draft a lineman and draft a receiver rather than giving up a first round pick for AJ. But if I can do Jeudy in a second and a fourth or something like that, I'm doing that in a heartbeat. I would want to get Jeudy the hell out of town. So let's get into what was being put out by ESPN. Let's get right into it.
We got a blockbuster NFL trade rumor here from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, and this could be great for the Cleveland Browns. Welcome into the Browns Report, everybody. I am your host, because I'll tell you, this year made 3 of them before we get. They're all the info, see who's on the block, and we'll cover it for you guys, give you all the analysis you need, what Cleveland needs to trade for, and who is 28 and still has prime years left. He's due $50 million in cash over the next 2 years, which is manageable for a wide receiver one. The Eagles would absorb a $20 million cap hit if he's traded before June 1. So the star wide receiver one could be on the move. I mean, he is a bona fide one. You see in the years of his years in Philly, he's a 1,000-yard receiver every single year of his career there. I mean, but it's starting to decline a little bit the past 2 seasons as compared to 2022 and 2023. He's also been a touchdown machine. I mean, he's just a reliable target that you're not going to want. Anybody would love to have on their team, talent-wise. And now A.J. Brown has been adding fuel to the fire on a stream. Okay? He said earlier this season, if you got me on fantasy, get rid of me. Listen, he's frustrated. He feels like he's not getting targets enough. This was in the media weeks and weeks in a row in Philadelphia. And then he went on this stream with this guy named Janky Rondo. I didn't even heard of him, but they did a live stream together. And here's what A.J. Brown said to Janky. He said, after being asked, is everything good? He said, no. Where have you been? My family's good, but everything else? No. It's a expletive. And he laughed it off, said, you want some, how you been, man? I'm struggling, brother. And A.J. Brown was asked about this by reporters. And he said, in that moment where I'm just talking to my friend, having fun with my friend, I'm not apologizing for that. If you have eyes, you could see that. And so it's not like I was throwing anybody under the bus. I'm literally just trying to laugh through this. This is tough, but I'm trying to make fun of the situation and try to get through it. He's pissed off in Philadelphia. It's evident. And they've started to involve him a little bit more the past couple weeks after he sounded off. But look, the numbers, as compared to the two years prior that I showed you, they are down for A.J. Brown. But his talent is still there, and he's out here sounding off about it on Twitch streams that he doesn't think he's getting the ball enough, that the situation's bad for him. I'm starting to think it's inevitable that Philadelphia moves on from A.J. Brown in this offseason. And let me tell you something about the Cleveland Browns. They are no stranger to making blockbuster wide receiver one deals. We see it, honestly, nearly every year for the Cleveland Browns, if not every other year. You can go all the way back to 2018 when Dorsey was the GM, went out and traded for Jarvis Landry. Then Cleveland traded for Odell Beckham Jr. with the New York Giants. That took the NFL world by storm. They ended up getting Jabril Peppers. Looks like the Browns had won the deal until Odell didn't make much of an impact, got injured, but I digress. He was a star name at the time. Amari Cooper, the Browns went ahead and traded for, brought him in, and he led the AFC North in receiving yards every year. He was a member of the Cleveland Browns. And, well, last year, Jerry Jeudy, maybe not a blockbuster, gave up a fifth and a sixth to get him. It's been nothing but problems, but the point is he's our wide receiver one. And so Cleveland likes to go out and make those deals. So if you're telling me A.J. Brown's available, and we got Andrew Berry, an aggressive GM, and a history of making wide receiver trades, I propose this to you, Cleveland Browns. Here's my trade idea. We get A.J. Brown, and let me tell you, talk to a lot of different people, and they say you're not going to get A.J. Brown for less than a first, unless it's a situation where it's a lot of turmoil, and he's like, dude, you got to get me out of here. I don't care. You got to at least give up a first. So I say this. Take our first from Jacksonville, the later one, and we'll throw in Jerry Jeudy. A little wide receiver one swap, because you're going to want to get something in return. They got Devonta Smith over there, who might be a one on some other teams. So I think they do fine with Jeudy, and we give him a first. We get A.J. Brown. We get our wide receiver, folks. What do you think about that? Would you accept this trade if you're the Cleveland Browns? Type A for accept, type D for decline. But really, the more I think about it, I'd be down on that. We get a wide receiver upgrade massively, and we still have what's going to be likely a top 5 first-round pick this year. So you let me know what you think, though. Open to all opinions in the comment section. We got to talk a little bit more about this trade rumor, though, because there's some more